let me get this straight. You just crushed leg day, but you're dreading the effect of DOMS. Let me give you some tips, tricks, and a little routine to help you beat it. I'm Tabitha Gomes and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here to help all you busy ladies out there juggling jobs, careers, kiddos with no real time to exercise. I'm here to give you some tips, tricks, exercise routines, and even product reviews to help make exercise a part of your life. If at any time you like what you see, please consider subscribing or click that like button. So let's get to it. You just crushed your leg day, all right? And you know you're about to suffer. So delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS, happens 24 to 48 hours post-exercise, but for legs, it sometimes is the worst at 72 hours post-exercise. Everybody's body varies a little bit, and for me, 24 hours, I'm dying. If I did not do anything to help relieve the effects of DOMS, I am going to suffer, like any of you. And I know we don't want to suffer. So let me give you some tips, and then I'll show you how you can implement them into a recovery routine. So I have a little excerpt to read you guys, very technical. I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to break it down into common terms, okay? So this is going to explain to you why you get DOMS, kind of what happens to your muscles, and here it is. Forces associated with muscular contractions, particularly eccentric actions, cause the formation of small micro tears in both the contractile elements and surface membrane of working muscle fibers. These micro tears allow calcium to escape from the muscle, disrupting their intracellular balance and causing further injury to the fibers. Various proteins then interact with the free nerve endings surrounding the damaged fibers, resulting in localized pain and stiffness. Symptoms can be exacerbated by swelling within muscle fibers, which exerts pressure on sensory receptors and thereby increases the sensation of pain. So what are we feeling? We're feeling micro tears in our muscles, so small little rips basically in our muscle fibers, which cause a release of calcium to escape into our muscles. That's what it's explaining. And so the calcium causes further injury to our fibers. So let's just think of it. We just ripped holes in our muscles. Now calcium's coming out of it, and now that calcium is affecting the rest of the muscle fiber around that tear. So it causes pain. So you got that calcium in there, you got the proteins interacting with the nerve endings, you feel the pain there, and then what's going to happen now is that your muscles are going to swell. Okay? So you got swelling, you got tears, you got all kinds of things going on. But that's basically what's happening to your muscles. So we need to repair them. So first, we're going to talk about active recovery. Active recovery? What is that? Active recovery is when you actually go ahead and do the exact same exercises or similar exercises to what you just did on leg day. So you're going to take that squat, you're going to take that lunge, and you're going to decrease the weight that you were lifting. About 20% of what you were lifting. So essentially, body weight. Let's just go with body weight, all right? So instead of performing a squat at 200 pounds or whatever, it might be 100 pounds you were using, now you're going to just use your body weight. But instead of just performing 10 of those, you're going to do 20, 30, 40 reps as fast as you can possibly go. Why? Because what's happening is you're bringing blood back into those muscles. And what does it do? It flushes through that muscle, brings in the nutrients, and that's how you're going to help flush that muscle from getting the DOMS as badly as you did prior. So quick little story. Before I ever researched active recovery or what to do to help repair from DOMS or not make DOMS as bad, I've always told my clients, I said, okay, today we just crushed your legs. Tomorrow, when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed, actually, in fact, I tell them, in fact, before you go to bed, as soon as you wake up in the morning, at lunchtime, and before you go to bed tomorrow, could you perform some plyo lunges, some squat jumps, something so that you don't hurt as bad? When I see them 2-3 days later, they either tell me, oh, I feel great, or they say, I couldn't sit on the toilet. You couldn't sit on the toilet? You were doing the to sit? That means you actually didn't go through with active recovery, okay? So active recovery, so we got squats. When you do your squats, I don't want nice, slow, methodical squats. I want squat jumps or nice, fast, pumping squats. Do about 20 of them. Go up to 40 if you feel like it. Break it in two, that's fine, as long as you're pumping blood to those muscles. Next, plyo lunges, big one. So we're gonna go again, plyo lunges, jumping in between, nice and fast. Second thing I like to do to help myself not suffer from DOMS quite as bad is stretch. Stretching is so important, especially for leg day. So a lot of ladies not just ladies, men included, you do leg day, you crush leg day, you leave your legs alone, you don't do anything with it. What happens is now your muscles repairing, those muscle fibers are getting tighter. Stretching is so good to keep those muscles elongated so you don't lose that flexibility. I don't want to lose my flexibility, so the second best thing I recommend to do is to stretch after your leg day. You just crushed your legs, your hamstrings are tight, and you don't want to stretch 3 days later. It's even worse if you stretch 3 days later. So get down there, stretch, and when you're doing your active recovery, stretch more. Do your little jumps, your plyometrics, and stretch more. So you show you a couple stretching exercises that I really love that are great to get those hamstrings, the hip flexors, and the quads. First one I really, really love is called a pigeon pose. For your pigeon pose, you're gonna put your front foot at a bent 90-degree angle in front of you. The back leg is gonna be bent like a pretzel. You're gonna sit down on your butt cheek, the same side of your front leg. Then you're gonna slowly roll your back leg behind you and roll the knee under. When you're in that position, you will feel the stretch in your glute. It's amazing, my favorite stretch in the world. Then I want you to lean your body across your ankle. So we're not gonna lean towards our knee, we're gonna lean across our ankle, and you're gonna feel even deeper stretch in that glute. You wanna repeat that on both sides. You can then sit back up, grab your ankle, and bring that ankle to your butt, or your foot to your butt. What that's gonna help is stretch your quad and your hip flexor. Second stretch I really love is sitting nice and tall, straight up, one leg forward, your other leg bent at about a 90 degrees with your foot at your knee. Now go ahead and lean forward, leaning forward with your back pressing to your leg. Don't round your back, lean forward so that your back stays nice and straight, and feel that stretch in your hamstring. Switch legs and repeat. And finally, a really good stretch is the butterfly. You can't beat this because it really gets the hips. Press your feet together, lean forward again with a straight back, and you press your elbows into your knees to push them down. Those three are awesome stretches to help loosen up those muscles. There's absolutely a ton more stretches you can do, but those are my three favorites for leg days because it really gets the glute. The glute gets really tight, your hip flexors get extremely tight, and your hamstrings. Now we did stretch quads a little bit, but quads aren't as bad as really tight glutes and hamstrings. Third thing that is really awesome to help recover, or not just recover, but help alleviate the pain of DOMS, is foam rolling. I'm not going to show you any foam rolling techniques in this video. However, if you do know how to foam roll your legs, and we'll touch on that in another video, I'll show you how to foam roll entirely in another video. But if you just foam roll your quads, your hamstrings, and your calves, you're going to really relieve some pressure there. And that's also pumping more blood into those muscles, really, again, for another healing and cleansing effect on your muscles. Foam rolling is amazing. It's called myofascial release, and it's like a self-massage, essentially. So this is great post leg day, like a few hours after you've performed the leg exercise, but it's also good the following couple days. So finally, the last thing I like to do for DOMS, which is so relaxing, is I love to do Epsom salt baths. Epsom salt is super good for recovery. Just do a nice warm bath and lay in it and relax and enjoy. Just lay in the tub. Hey, drink wine while you're at it. That's what I like to do. So those are just 4 ways to just decrease the effects of DOMS. There are many other studies out there that show you other techniques that can help with DOMS, but these are the top. I mean, nutritional timing is extremely important. Hydrating is extremely important as well, but I assume that you should be doing that already, especially if you're exercising. You should be drinking lots of water and getting the right nutrients in your body, protein and stuff like that. What we're looking at here is you crushed legs, you crushed them. Now you're gonna finish your workout by doing some static stretching. Stretch those muscles that you just tortured. Then do some foam rolling. Foam roll to release those muscles and the tension in those muscles. The next day, what you're gonna do again is you're gonna do more active recovery. So active recovery, again, same thing, 20 to 40 squat jumps, 20 to 40 plyo lunges, and foam roll. Do that again the next day. Do it as many times as you feel necessary to do it in a day. So something else I want to talk to you about active recovery. Now, say you're going to work out and you're going to train upper body the day after you just crushed your legs. Add your plyometrics and your squat jumps during your chest day, arm day, whatever it is the next day. You can always do that. Another thing that's really good is, say you're taking a complete rest day, go for a walk or go for a light jog. That's also active recovery. Yoga, go to a yoga session. That's stretching and that's active recovery. Very, very good. So you've got a lot of different ways that you can active recover, but I promise you, if you crush your legs and you do some of these techniques, the evening after, the next day after, even the following day after, 24 hours or 72 hours post leg day, you will not suffer. I promise you. So tell me how you like to recover from leg day, and we can add it in to help other people out, because of course this works for me. I recommend it to all my clients and it works for them, but there's always other sneaky little tidbits that somebody else does that might help somebody that this does not work for. Put it in the comments below. Let us know what you do and how you love to recover. So otherwise, stay positive, work hard, and God bless. Mahalo for joining me. Aloha.